Thank you so much for allowing me to share about our community's efforts, which we entitled Eclipses in La Frontera. This is 3 years of Borderlands Eclipse education outreach and community impact using a mobile astronomy lab. I'm Dr. Jennifer Miller Ray with Sul Ross State University, and I wish I could be there today. So I want to kind of share with you what we did on the mobile lab. We used a four-station approach that I first began studying about with the NASA's multi-scale magnetosphere mission. I wrote a little curriculum that was on NASA Wavelength where we had this four-station mobile approach. And we're learning about science education using four stations. The stations are mobile in nature, so we have four stations. As you can tell, I have tables that I literally unload and load from the van. And we just build these stations using both low-tech and high-tech equipment. And so we think about whatever the topic is. In this case, it was the eclipse. We've also done this for Sun Earth Day. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, where you think about the problem from an engineering lens. And so you see here, we had 3D printing. We've also used cardboard. And so this grant helped me buy some of those consumable materials. And so 3D printing was one of the big pieces. We were also building cardboard pinhole cameras. There are ways to do that. Engineering is helping build a prototype. So you're using the kinesthetic part of, of building things with your hands. And so this is a connection to literacy. We want to try to think about literacy where we're using 2 to 3 senses simultaneously. That helps build fluency, which kind of gets to the communication piece. The other station is journalism. So journalism, again, we're using our oral language. We also honor multiple languages. So this, I was working with the Kickapoo Nation. Their school uses has all the materials in 3 languages. And so I think it's important to think about your stations and honoring those funds of knowledge for the communities you're serving. So journalism, this is the scientific journalist station. And then we have in the science station, we honor both the natural scientists and the social scientists. We don't leave the social scientists out. And then finally, the artist. The artist is helping to make the eclipse aesthetically beautiful and pleasing and telling stories, right, of the eclipse. And so we had all different types of art challenges that we added to the mobile lab. And so notice that all of these activities were from the mobile lab, and you can notice that everything is mobile in nature, okay? Meaning we were unloading and loading the van, and it could happen outdoors, indoors, in a gym. And then we always want to have students journal or reflect in writing. That helps us kind of remember what we learned. The key takeaway that I would like to share with the audience is that trust really does precede impact. You're not going to really have a strong impact in education outreach if you don't take the time to build the trust first. We had a strong impact, it's still a tremendous impact. It's kind of overwhelming. So I'm not only going to hit a few of the high points, but we covered 120,000 square miles in a 6-month period. We were able to directly engage with the mobile lab, around 6,000 students, but we served 16,000 students directly in schools. So for $100,000, I was able to build a mobile STEM lab that worked wonderful. We had such a tremendous impact. But I feel like if we could take this and kind of scale it up to a more permanent type of mobile system for around 1.2, 1.3 million, this impact could even be stronger. And so I'm hoping to do that. I'm hoping to take this mobile sim lab and take the things that went well and the 4 stations and to put that into the lab, but also to think about accessibility, how we might help kids with autism, and how to design a permanent lab that can go off-road. I'm very excited to share that we're hoping to take a delegation to Spain and to do this in 2026 and again in 2027. My president and provost is very supportive of this, and we would like to kind of repeat efforts with a partnering university in Spain. And if we were going to redesign this, I would like to work with the state and national park system as well to think about how this can also help with earth science. And so I have some ideas on connecting earth and space science in the New Mexico, Southwest Texas region. And really, when the astronomy meets community, so much is possible. I really cannot thank you all enough. I wish I could be there in person to thank everyone. I hope that we have inspired you to continue thinking about how your community can work with the astronomy community to really have a strong outreach. And if you are interested in helping me kind of working with me to collaborate on how to scale up this mobile program and to kind of redesign a mobile platform, I would love to talk with you. I'm hoping to do so in the Big Bend, New Mexico, Southwest Texas region. And so the invitation's there. Please reach out. You can contact me at jennifer.miller@solross.edu or Dr. Miller Ray on LinkedIn or X or Blue Sky. All right. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful conference.